Have you ever heard of him?
No.
Top guy on social media in the country. Had him a month ago.
Oh.
Here.
Okay.
Wonderful guy. Anyway, taught us to use these.
Yeah.
So anyway, my question is we deal with small business owners that are all about being passionate. In other words, so they look at everything, and if they want it to be red, they take it orange and do it red. And so what fascinated me about what you said was, I look at data very dispassionately.
Yeah.
So here's my question. Is there a process that you go through before you go into a project to take out your passion? How do you do that?
Well, that's a great question. I'm not sure the same people who are passionate enough to be small business creators and leaders are necessarily going to be the people who are good at being data analysts. They may be, but it could be the very thing that makes someone good at X may make them not so good at Y. So I joke, this is not a real proposal, but I sometimes joke that a lot of firms, what they should have is like a position of chief question asker, right? In other words, the person to kind of look at what's going on, look at the data, and come up with the right question to be asked. Now, the interesting thing is, they may not be the right person to answer the question, but the way it works in firms is usually if you raise an issue or a problem, they say, oh, great, go fix it. Well, it's not always the people who are good at identifying the problem or seeing a pattern in the data who necessarily are good at the solutions or something. So I would say, you don't want to lose passion. You don't want your people who are passionate about their business to do it, because what passion is basically, it's a resource, it's energy, it's a resource that needs to be spent. But you also need someone with other resources to do the analysis. So economists call it complementarities. People who work together, who are each better at something than the other people are better at. That's what the whole is greater than the sum of the parts is all about. That's what my partnership with Steve Levitt is. I'm a better writer than he is. He's a better economist than I am. But if we do it together, we're going to be better than we could be separately. So I think that's something. The problem is with small business people, often the resources are limited. They're doing it themselves, right?
Right.
But sometimes it's good just to bring in another pair of eyes to say, here's my problem. Here's the way I see it. I want to solve it this way because I love to do X, Y, and Z, but it can be good to get a second pair of eyes.
Perfect.
Okay. Bye, flip camera. I love